and welcome to the Rough Tackle podcast, where we give you an insight into the Ghana Premier League. Everything Ghana Premier League. It be this podcast up where we discuss. We have just 2 rounds of matches to end the first round of the Ghana Premier League, and it's getting interesting. Some teams are falling behind, others picked up, but they are back to the 4 sets, and others also do not know their fate as far as the season is concerned. It's very, very interesting, and we'll discuss all that. We are heading into match day 15, but we'll do a recap of match day 14. My name is Mutalaya Akubo. I'm here with Mandela and Augustine. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, bro.
Young. Let's go into match day 14 and start off with a game that shocked me. I was personally at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I have not seen a team dominate a first half of a game like this and go on to lose like Dreams FC did. How did Dreams not score against Kotoko?
Were you not at the same stadium when Mediama played Kotoko?
Yeah.
But the difference was that Mediama could score by Dreams FC. I think that's something with Dreams FC, right? I've watched a couple of games of DS and then they created chances. The DNA that we had, or they had at Dreams FC, that Zito handed over to Dormaa. Dormaa is one guy who has been at the club for quite some time. He understands how the club works, how the system works in the Ghana Premier League. And he always finds a way to get the best out of the players. And it is such that he even has some of the attackers that he had last season with him now, but it just seems not to be working. People are talking about the famous miss by Jonathan Nemodin, where he made the most difficult things easier, and it made the easiest the most difficult thing. That miss might go into FIFA, might go into maybe Puskas of misses, because it was just something. But I think it was also positive, because every team plays Kotoko with the optimism to get the team as 1 point. They just dominated it. But at Bavaria, I mean, there's always that Bavaria mafia. Ibejo was now handed over to Kwame Poku, irrespective of how bad he is on the day. He just needs to bury the ball.
He needed that goal badly.
Yeah.
With all the backlash and criticism that
because
he's gone.
I think since he returned, he got to go against Pasake, and then after that he got I think a run of poor performances in some games, and then he got there. Hopefully he'll use this as a build-up to get in proper ones.
It was a win for Kotoko, but the fans were not happy.
Why were they not happy?
They were not happy because they said the football was not great, and they didn't understand why Dreams FC would come to Baba Yara and dominate a game entirely.
Mutal, I think if you've watched Kotoko a lot, of games this particular season, you'll not be so surprised with their performance against Dreams FC, especially when you watch them against Mediama. You could see that they were a team that were up for grabs. So Mediama exploited them. I think Dreams actually learned from that Mediama game how to exploit them. But I think for Kotoko, it is worrying. One, they are not scoring so much, and for them to be conceding so many chances against a team like Dreams is very worrying, because if you are playing against the likes of, say, even Nations FC or even the Atakumis for BBN Gold Stars, they will convert those chances. So I think for Kotoko, they need to be compact defensive, because in attack, yes, they've not been too good, but just like us are struggling in attack, but in defense, they've been very solid. So it has kept them among the top 3, top 4, if I'm not mistaken. So for Kotoko, if you are conceding such chances against a team like Dreams, whose attack not so much or not so well as compared to other teams like, say, Nations or even the BBN Gold Stars or even the Emmanuel Malfos of Aduana FC, then it is worrying for Zito. Zito was not so happy with the game, and even with some journalists saying that, he's had so many players out injured and all. But I don't think, yes, you have so many players out injured, but for you to defend that poor, I don't think it has to do with like the players on the pitch. It has to do with the system in which they played against Dreams. So I think for Kotoko, they should be worried. And I'm glad that the IMC chairman came out to say that they are not so happy with the performance. I think Zito needs to fix things quickly before next year.
Kotoko needed that win, but one other team that needed the win badly was Hartlepool. Getting a 1-0 victory over Nations FC looked like it's a massive 3 points, even though it's just 3 points.
So if you look at that next round of matches, or next 5 matches of Focard, actually anticipated them to get about 3, 4, 5 points. And Nations FC was one of the easiest game that they were going to play.
Because they were playing Aduana.
Yes, Mediama.
And then
they're playing Samatex.
But Mediama is next year, actually. Mediama in January.
And I think the next fight, they also play Hohoi at Hohoi. So it was going very difficult. So this was a game, especially, I think this is the best time there was the best time for them to meet Nations FC, when they are yet to find their feet, when they were missing their their two centre backs partners when they're missing their striker and because this season I think they've scored 12. I know I scored 6. That's 50% of it.
All right.
And last season, and they are considering as well. This season they've considered 14. Last season they considered 21.
Yeah.
But we played just 14 games.
They've considered 14 out of 14.
Which means that they've considered just 7 less than what they did last season. So the team has been poor this season. They've changed managers. Things are still some way. And that of course also was coming from a backdrop of a whole lot of training issues throughout the week. And I like the fact that the savior of the team was the main man who had been training the whole week, Hamza Issa. Hamza Issa, his agency served a letter to terminate his contract. Didi Rahman had to call to plead. He came back to camp, trained the team 1 or 2 times, came in the match, he hit the woodwork, he scored the winning goal for them, and it was just nice for them. I believe this should be a result that they shouldn't be so proud of or used to say, like, your team number back. Come on, it's just Nations FC. And this is in Nations FC, it's just like maybe the younger post Basaka of last season. They are easy to beat. Because if you look at the kind of games that they've lost, this same team traveled to places like Basake, and they lost. They were outplayed and they lost. They were at home. Samatex came, outplayed them, got a 0-0 draw. They were just fortunate to turn over in their game against Heart of Lions. But I think the FC this season is a team that if they have to travel to Accra to play out of Focus,
they go struggle.
I don't think they'll agree with you.
Left arm. You know the truth.
But it was a big win for
us of 4K, I think.
Especially with all the pressure that DD day inside. Charlie, if they don't win this game, it would have been something else.
Yeah, they needed to win because, I mean, before, just like Augustine mentioned, before the game, there were the whole issue of contracts, players not being paid for 3 months and all of that. So I think I was actually surprised Hamza is actually.
I yesterday they settled 2 months of that.
2 months. So when the
so
other
it's left for
come,
December.
Oh, okay.
But the months no, and you them pay you. Why you talk so much?
Why? Maybe them pay.
They no pay. Why the months end?
Them pay me make it no shit. Me then you there what them pay me.
Your
Your way don't come. Your way don't come.
Which company they pay you by this time?
Your way don't come.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, back to the game here. I think us needed that win, and for them it is very good because they were complaining so much about Accra Sports Stadium. They go to the Legon Sports Stadium, they win back-to-back games.
They make the team they look like there's something really wrong with the Accra Sports Stadium and they've gone. Hey,
look, they won 1 out of 4 or 5 at Accra,
and they've won
2 out of 2 in Legon. So it is something special to write about.
So maybe some spirit in the Accra.
I don't think so. Just that I don't. Maybe for the players and the fans, mentally they feel like Charlie, because they were the whole issue of sorry to NSC not turning on the floodlights for them and all of that. So I think for them, they might be a bit. I mean, mentally they might be. Charlie, this place out. They don't want to win for years, so maybe move goes outside. And I think it's working for them. But on the game itself, I like how compact defensive they are. I mean, throughout the whole season, I think they are the least. Team.
Yeah. They are very solid at the back.
At the back. So I like that very much. And I think today I saw Benjamin Asari training. I don't know if the next match is going to be imposed.
It's going to be
or Solomon Bassi. Yeah,
it's going to be imposed.
One of the biggest results of the weekend was that Indiana winning 1-0. I was at Pandu.
Yeah.
Charlie, make I tell you, that result be very huge because Indiana is competing against teams like Heart of Lions for the title. So if you're able to beat those teams around you, pick up maximum points against them. They picked 1 point against Kotoko. They picked 3 points against Heart of Lions.
They won at Hohoy.
They won at Hohoy. Yes, on the road. That 3 points. It looks like Indiana are genuine title contenders. We just have to accept.
Mutala, I saw Indiana last 3 seasons when Mediama won the league.
Yeah.
Indiana was moving just like this.
Yeah.
I think
I remember.
Yeah, I think they were on top of the table till game week 24.
I remember.
When Mediama took over and then eventually won the league.
Yeah.
So I like how they are playing. I like the kind of results that they are getting this season. They are moving to grounds where teams find it difficult to get results. They go there, pick them up easily, and then just move back to Dormaa. And when you travel to Dormaa also, it's very difficult to even get a point. Even if we've played the game 80 minutes and they've
managed to get a goal,
they know that they have the men on the bench that when they come in, they can change the fortune of the game. So I believe that particular result has not surprised, because looking at how they played Oho United and how they got the win, I believe this season maybe Heart of Lions would want to win the league, and because of that they want to get almost every point at home. But I believe the people of Hohoe are more determined at home than how Heart of Lions are. So if Adriana were able to go there, pick the maximum result, not beat them by a goal, but 2, keep a clean sheet there, I just knew that it was going to be easier for them to get it. And especially when they missed their DM, when they missed their goalkeeper, Lawrence, I say, their DM, their captain and their centre back, Ebenezer, I just knew that it was just going to be something for Adriana to pick up.
Mutala,
Yeah.
you know, there's been lots of talk about Adriana and then Papa Atapoku, how they are managing the club and all of that. But one thing people forget is the coach. Suba Ristika, he comes in quietly.
He knows the terrain very well.
Yeah,
I think this is
there's been
with the club.
There's been lots of talk about other coaches, Didi.
Well, we barely talk about him.
I think he's done very, very well. Looking at them, the quality of play and how they manage to get a result. I think it's one coach we need to highlight when it comes to the league. I think he's done brilliantly well. For Adriana.
And the first round of the transfer window has actually opened. And we are hearing that players like Samuel Sekufo might even join Adriana. But let's move on to match day 15 because there are some mouth-watering games to look forward to. Kobinemi Sir, Bechem United. It's been a roller coaster for him. They are coming up against Swedro All Blacks in that one. All Blacks, they've been solid on the road, especially in their last 2 games, winning back-to-back games at the University of Ghana Stadium. I'm sure they will approach this one with the utmost confidence.
So this Red Blacks team has always been one of my best teams this season. Just that they got to a point in the season where I don't know if games became too tough for them, a complacency setting, so they tend to drop some results. So that's why after their game against Atofuk, that naked demonstration, then that came on.
You know, sometimes supporters actually play football.
Yeah. And then since then, they've never looked back.
Yeah, they ginger the coach.
They go to games where things seem almost impossible, and then they get the results. Looking at their away performances, right? If all United were able to go to Bechem, even when Bechem took the lead, able to turn things around, win that game by 2-1, or get no crowd, that penalty. I say to today that he sold the game. Because how he even moved to shoot, I was like, come on, this August no crowd. And then before then, he had performed incredibly well in that game.
But I know there were 2 penalties in that game, right?
Yes.
And both were missed.
And both were missed. So I believe that Swedro Blacks, we saw them away against Mediana at Dormaa.
Yeah.
They played very well, but lost the game in the dying best of the game. We saw them in the first or second game of the season against Nations FC at Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. They took the lead earlier in the game. They couldn't conserve the game very well, and they lost at the dying best of the game. But now what Coach Amdi Fati and the guys have learned is that it's not just about how well you play, but then it's also about what you pick at the end of the day. Yeah. And that's what's going to be the highlight of the day after the 90 minutes. And they are trying to master that, and I believe that they are going to have their left back. That's Abdul Aziz, arguably the best left back in Ghana Premier League now. He's been doing everything well. And then they are going to have their striker Rudolph Mensah also back with the team for this trip. So I believe Bechem United, gone with the days, they used to be very tough at home. But now Nana Fusujabo Park seems to be a 3-point lane for some teams that you don't even expect to pick a point today. And I believe that if Swedro Blast goes or they go into this game with that same mentality, they can at least pick a point from Bechem and bring it back to Swedro.
Big one. But there's another big game. Dormaa is calling. Atapoku says that they will beat Heartofuk mercilessly. Even though there's a huge probability that Alex Boache might not feature in that game because he pulled a hamstring injury against Brando Heart of Lions. But I'm being told...
Is Emmanuel Mafo going to feature? Because I
Emmanuel Mafo
is fit now.
Should be back, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm being told that he is recovering well for that game. Can Hearts survive in Dormaa, Mandela?
Can Hearts survive in Dormaa? Hearts on the road. I always say that. Despite their home form and all of that, we know that they are the best away side in the league. Yeah. We can talk about the fact that they've not performed so well. At the Grass Sports Stadium, and they are now trying to pick up. Points at the Legon Sports Stadium. But on the road, they've been very, very impressive. Again, people can argue that they play teams like
impressive. He has them go Karela then score them too.
But you know, he there last week. Wait. Mutala there last 2 weeks or so. Mutala there last 2 weeks or so. Where is it? Even if Barcelona or Madrid go with Tamale, then go lose. So why are you surprised?
But this one,
the same person, so we will not be surprised.
The draw that they play, that be the good on the road.
But I think they've not been so bad on the road. But if Edwina will not have the likes of Alex Boachi, Emmanuel Mafo, who Augustine says is a doubt for the game, Enoch or whatever, right? Then it might just be at pulling a surprise there. I'm calling it a surprise because in Dormaa against Aduana, who know that they are not top of the league. I mean, Medium are here to play the outstanding game, but they know that now they have the league with them, right? They just need to continue winning to stay, on top, right? I think it would be very difficult for us of then, Didi Dramani. I think it would be very difficult.
Okay. One thing I know will happen in Dormaa is
Us
we'll
go
try
lose.
and make the atmosphere hostile for her.
So us go
The
lose.
supporters will come in their numbers.
Us go lose.
Oh, I'm not saying how to lose. I'm not saying how to lose. But I'll be surprised if Hearts of Oak should win that game.
You know why I'm asking you? Because against Carolina, you were so certain they were going to lose, and they lost.
No, because Hearts of Oak, yes, they are playing well.
Yeah.
But the football has not been progressive.
Yeah.
I mean, they are playing like they are still very blunt up front.
Not like they are
They are
very
blunt.
blunt
They are
up front.
blunt
The
up
kind of goals the kind
when
of goals
they are
they score.
See,
Bro.
I watched Hearts of Oak against Horror United in the first
game
of the season. I was like, this Hearts of Oak team looks solid. But if they don't find a way of scoring goals, it's going to catch up with them. And lo and behold, that is what we are witnessing. I'm not saying they will lose against Indiana. I'm not saying, but it will be difficult
for them to
But
win.
if Hearts of Oak win,
you will not be surprised. So,
no, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if Hearts of Oak wins.
Let me pick
Just it.
from.
Do you know why I'm saying that? I watched Indiana just 3 days ago.
Against Hearts of Lions.
And there's something about Indiana, right? When they are playing you, it's like from minute 1 to minute 90, they are creating chances almost every minute. They are
But they
coming
don't
at you.
convert. They also don't convert a lot of their chances.
So they are mounting pressure on you almost every minute, right? And there's something about Hearts of Oak traveling to Dormaa. Even when a team is playing well and getting good results, they even find it difficult to get a point at Dormaa. I will not be surprised if the only thing Hearts of Oak get from Dormaa back to Accra will be the 10 crate of X. That's the Hearts of Oak. I will not be surprised if that's the only thing they will get. Because the best they could get from that game could be a draw. Probably because of how solid they are at the back. And I just want to see a game where we'll have goals. Charlie, because we will just need some of these games to produce goals, to see how beautiful they can be. And of course, beautiful goals. But it's going to be very difficult for Hearts of Oak because if you look at some away ground Hearts of Oak have traveled to, especially Karela, they were not able to even score a goal at Karela. They lost that game. They were outplayed. They lost. Didi Dramani said they played better. Forget that, right? And with what Basake went to Dormaa to do, to play a 0-0 draw with Indiana, I believe Indiana are going to pick lessons from that. They're going to apply that
against Hearts of Oak.
Hearts of Oak got an impressive win, a 2-0 win in Brekum. But the record also tells us that Hearts of Oak have been quite good in Brekum for the past 2 or 3 seasons. Brekum is not like Dormaa.
I think in about 11 games, they've actually lost against Brekum.
Yeah. And
they've actually been solid
against Chelsea.
And since what's his name again? Their former coach
Samuel Bodu
moved there. They've not actually
and
beaten them.
Brekum is not Dormaa. The people of Dormaa, the game is not just going to be on the pitch. The 12 man is going to play the game and decide for.
And I can bet you they will be at the stadium in their numbers.
You know what?
Especially with Adriana doing well.
Yeah.
But as you are saying, Hearts of Oak also can pull a surprise. I never believed that Hamza Issa could score against Nations. I thought his confidence. No, I thought not because he's not a good player. I thought his confidence
with the whole contract
was
issues.
low, with the whole issue about contracts and not being paid. So it would get into his head. But he pulled off that goal.
It was Nations.
And I feel Hearts of Oak would go there with the mindset of defending.
Yes.
But
and that is what I don't. Someone will also say that that has been our greatest weapon this season. The ability to defend.
To defend.
Because Ali Muhammad will come back.
And I think that they are very good with set pieces, especially the corner kicks.
They
are very good with set pieces.
Against Brekum Chelsea.
I think they scored twice.
Even against 11.
And it was similar goals.
Yes.
The crossing, like a bit of Stratford and they just tap in.
So if they have any trump card against Adriana, it's going to be their corner.
Do you think it's because the manager has realized that their strikers are not too great? So then let's go with the set.
Yes, and
are they the Arsenal of the league?
Maybe. And then if you look at the pattern for the set pieces, it's not like the corner will come and someone will hit. It's always the second ball.
The second ball.
It's always the second ball.
I think against Brekum, Mauli Wayo picked out that second ball.
Against 11, they did the same thing.
It goes to the far post.
Even in
Ali or Asibe heads it back, then someone connects.
And that's against Vision, they did the same thing. So it's going to be something similar. That could be the only way they could score a goal.
How should they start that game? Or how should they approach that game? If you were a Heart-of-Oak coach going to Dormaa, knowing that Aduana are playing well, how would you set up for that game? Would you want to go there with the mindset of Charlie, may I have to focus my so may attack go? Because it's not as if Aduana are not beatable.
Yeah.
They can still concede, even with Anochi Bedu and all that.
I think Aduana, they are very confident, especially knowing that they are the league leaders now. So for us, if I am Didi Dramani, right, for the very first 15 minutes, I'll say they should sit back. Just soak in the pressure.
Tactical Mandela.
Because Aduana, they are very confident. They are playing in front of their fans, so they will come at you, knowing that very well that when they score an early goal, they can unsettle us. So I think if I'm Didi Dramani, right, I'll just ask that they sit back for the first 15 minutes, soak the pressure, make sure they don't concede that early. Because the moment you concede early, then you are destabilized. The home fans get into their mojo and then they try to punish you more, right? So if I'm Didi Dramani, sit back for the first 15 minutes, try to soak the pressure, monitor the game, and then approaching the, let's say, 40, 45 minutes, you go at them. And then after recess, you can go at them more. Because if you're able to manage a stalemate, a goalless stalemate in the first 45 minutes, you know that you can actually beat them or they are beatable. Then you go outside them.
But the thing is that for Aduana, even in the last 20 minutes,
they score most of their goals.
Because they have quality also on the bench.
Yeah.
So the substitutions they will make are players who will come and make impact in the game.
But this is Heart-of-Oak. You take it, Diana. These are games that could lure you as a manager, thinking, one, your team is on top. Two, you're playing at home. Three, the fans will be behind you. What is the best approach to a game like this? Knowing that you are coming up against an opponent that still has individual quality and can hurt you.
So if you're going to a game like this, you know that, of course, you are favorites to win the game. So, but Heart-of-Oak is a team that if you go too much at them, they can also punish you. And just as I said, they're also good at the set pieces. So you also look at nullifying that. If you're able to nullify all of their threats, that is when it comes to playing the ball on the ground, Aduana is actually going to do that. But if Emmanuel is going to play, hence Namposa is very wasteful, and if Ben Sidibe is going to play, you tell these guys, if you look at the Heart-of-Oak team very well, their centre backs, most of them are not all. Ali Mohammed.
It be true.
Yes.
They're not sure at all.
They are not all.
Even their fullbacks.
Yes.
And
it's such that whenever they are attacking, they try to bring their fullbacks. Mankwabe runs for the men's side. You have Fence now. You have the other guys. Plant them there. Let them run those channels. You dominate the midfield. Sana Seydu, Max Walata.
But how much of an impact will the absence of Hussein be? Who has been given
Mohamed Hussein at 3 months back.
So Hussein,
because I feel he's the most progressive midfielder that Heart-of-Oak
set up. Hussein's absence is going to mean that Heart-of-Oak are going to find it difficult to progress the ball through their midfield. Because if you look at how
somebody Kakari says,
I don't think they're actually going to Aduana to try and progress or like play. I think they're going to go long most often.
Long. We're going to go long to Hamza Issa.
Hamza Issa long. And that is why people question the tactics of Heart-of-Oak sometimes when they are trying to go long. Hamza is not the tallest of number 9. And you are coming up against Anochi Bedu and Alex Boachi,
and even
who are very solid. Who are very solid when it comes to going up.
And the thing is that
Hussein, I'm just asking myself, who would do that job that Hussein does?
Yeah, and the thing is that the tallest centre forward in Heart-of-Oak is Frank Abradoku. But if you watch their games very well, even when there's an area ball, he finds it difficult to jump. I do understand. He has the height, he has everything. He might not start the game, but then I believe it's going to be even difficult for them to create chances through the middle. Probably it's going to be some in-swingers from their fullbacks, and maybe they could just launch on one.
Will the absence of Hussein really have an impact on the game?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you watch the game against Kotoko, I mean, it was all over the pitch and all of that. So I think yes, it will. But again,
for me, I feel he's their best midfielder.
The best midfielder.
Forget Karim. Karim is there, but I feel Hussein is their best midfielder.
Yes,
like the only person where if he carry ball, they go forward. He progresses
the ball,
and he makes things happen.
George Pakuba is good with the dead ball situation.
George Pakuba is having like Hussein, the kind of things Hussein can do on the ball. He has that kind of that N'Golo Kante style where just a quick turn, a pass comes to him, he turns quickly and has already thought of what he wants to do with the ball. Like he brings life to Heart-of-Oak. So I'm asking myself, Okobo Diana, there's Seydou Sana, you don't have Hussein. Who progresses the ball for you?
And that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think they will.
Or Kakari.
Kakaria. I don't think they will try to use that approach against Eduana, knowing very well there will be no, Mohamed Hussein in there and all of that. So I think they will try and go long. I believe Didi will try and go long. Yes, they might not be able to win all the area duels, but they might try to pick up the second balls and try to maybe find George Park when the lights up front. So I don't think they will actually try to build from the back or try to play, possessive football. They will just try and go long. I don't know for Augustine, but I'm actually sticking my head for this. I think as of folk will shock Eduana. I'm sticking my head for this.
You'll be shocked though.
Can do that.
Oh no.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
You think Eduana would win?
Just as I said, their best could be the delicate of X.
I think as of folk will shock Eduana.
Well, then there's a final game on Monday. Mediama playing at the TNA Stadium against Baseke Holy Stars. Finally, their 4 players are coming back. There are players who left and joined the Black Galaxy squad are coming back. Mediama have drawn some games at home, which has cost them a lot against the likes of Samates, against Bichim. Baseke Holy Stars are beginning to pick up ever since
Johnson Smith.
Games. But they've played a lot of their games at home. So I'm actually waiting to see how they are going to play away at the TNA Stadium.
So they went to Dormaa, played 0-0.
Oh, come on, 0-0.
Yeah, they drew with Eduana. They drew with Eduana.
I'm saying most of their wins have come at home. Since they moved back to the AK, the second arena, I think most of their games have come at home. They've actually been very good at home. Yeah. So I'm waiting to see how they are going to go all the way to Takwa and then perform there. I'm very much interested in that game. I just want to see how well they want to do it. I want to know if it is just a fluke or they are very solid at home, but on the road. Because at the start of the season, when we were playing away from home, home away from home, they were a bit shaky. The goalkeeper came out complaining that they needed to move back home. And then since they moved, they've been very good at home and all of that. So moving to Takwa, it is a difficult game. But Mediama, for Ibrahim Sanko, all his boys are back. The likes of Prince Owusu, Kelvin Nkrumah, all of the other guys are back. I don't want to see Ibrahim Sanko make the same mistake he made last 2 weeks or so, where the guys came back and then he started them straight away. I just want to see, I want to believe he's not going to start all four of them against Basake this time around.
But these are starters.
But bro, come on. They are coming all South Africa. Oh. When are they coming back? Okay. Today. Wednesday. And the game is on Monday.
They would have to start. They will start.
Fabregas said the boy that they pay out for start.
They made a case to the FA that 4 of their players are going. Now these players are back. You know, we'll start them.
Okay. Well, maybe because the last time they went, the boys went all the way to Asia. Yeah. And they came back and they started. Maybe South Africa not so far. So let's see.
Let's finish off with the Asante Kotoko game. That would be a midweek fixture against 11-1
on Wednesday,
Emmanuel
right?
Edu won a game against Dreams FC. We all thought they are back, but it looks like they've gone back to the 4 setting. They would also have some very good players in their ranks. Kotoko need a win. I mean, I don't know how the reaction of the fans would be if they fail to beat 11-1.
So this originally was supposed to be an easy game for Kotoko, but the Kotoko have seen against Future Stars, against Dreams FC, against Young Apostles.
Why are you all not holding brief for them that they've lost a lot of players to win?
And that is Zito's point. That has been Zito's point. But the point is that it's not.
Why are you not making that?
It's not about that. They play so badly on the day.
No, but why are you not making that an excuse?
Let me explain why it is not an excuse. Right? The Kotoko team, how many of those injured players will come into the team and start?
It doesn't matter.
But then again, wait. You know they played 3 days ago. So in the week they play about 2-3 matches. In 1 week, right? So they need that squad depth. Yes. So I think in that aspect,
I don't also agree with Augustine because even when if they are there, they are available. They would be on the bench, and when you are calling for an impasse substitute, you can bring Emmanuel.
Okay, calm down. So these players, one,
me I should calm down.
Yes, calm down. So these players, one, they are not starters, right? And 2, these players, looking at how they've been with Kotoko for this season or whoever has been there since last season. Has not even had any proper impact on the club, whether starting or not starting.
Interesting.
So you can't tell me that we should excuse me because in England, if Rodri is someone who changes games, who wins games for Manchester City.
Your mom mentioned Pep Guardiola.
Rodri is someone who wins games for Manchester City. Emmanuel does not win games. Shaibu Abubakar, the right back, he doesn't win game for whatever. So no.
Shaibu is not even the problem. There's a lot more who is playing.
Yes. So which players are injured?
The centre back.
I think about 13 of them, right?
Always centre back.
Okay, listen. Joseph Ablo is not available.
Joseph Ablo. okay, Abla is not available. You went to the transfer market. You signed a career for saying you have Henry Ansu there.
Henry Ansu himself is injured.
But is Musa Hamzata not there? He's
Hamzata
also there.
is there.
Yes.
Zakaria is there.
And
in the middle,
backs.
Andrews Intimenu.
Andrews Intimenu is gone since last season.
Yeah, I know.
It's since last
but
season.
don't you think his absence is?
Oh no! So when Andrews Intimenu left, they had a
Hilary
luxury-
Dabo.
Lord,
He came.
Lord,
And he's
Hilary
injured.
Dabo.
So when
He was playing.
So when Intimenu left, they had the luxury of a whole transfer window. Who did they sign? Not Adabo. Adabo is back. Adabo is here. Adabo is also injured now.
So you don't be excused.
Don't they have something to do? They sign for 200,000
He's not
Ghana
playing
cedis?
well.
You are part of the journalist. Zito is coming for.
No,
He should come for me.
Chinedu was not playing well.
But then you can't tell me that. And it's not as if Lord Hiladabu holds much gravity in the Kotoko team. No. What Kotoko needs now is a striker. And they saw their striker.
Oh,
So you don't come and tell me.
Don't big man don't say that.
You have to force that out of my mouth. It's a striker because they find one or the other to create their chances. Right? And even the most impactful players in Kotoko this season, if it were to be a situation where some of them were injured, then I would understand. Someone like Peter Kwamidu, Hibejewu, Seth Kojo at a point, Patrick Esiedu, Samba, Lord Damwa. Then we can give him that excuse that, oh yeah, your key players are injured. But you can't tell me Emmanuel is injured, they're going to get married. So whatever is injured, so we should give, no, come on. Zito, even if not for winning games, I understand the Kotoko people. Now it's not even just about results. It's about what you show us. If you're not showing us something good to watch, then how we even talk about it?
Even because even against Dreams they won, but the fans were still not happy.
Oh.
I think it has to do more with the performance. And against 11 Wonders, bro, come on, 11 Wonders have been they've been the whipping boys in the league so far.
But Kotoko played FA Cup and they were struggling.
Against
Against Future Stars.
Which one? They played Dreams FC. Dreams FC have struggled all season. Even 11 Wonders beat them, right?
Yeah.
11 Wonders beat Dreams FC.
But the thing about Kotoko is that even when they struggle,
they find a way.
They find a way because they have individual brilliance.
And that is what the fans don't want, so they don't like.
But do want the 3 points, so you don't. Take the 3 points.
No, but I don't know what. I was in Kumasi and it looks like now it's gone beyond the 3 points. It's like,
yeah, because even even before the Dreams game, they went 2 goals down against Mediama.
Yes.
Before they came
and
back
they equalized. Against Eduana, they were dominated, but they still equalized the goal.
Well, this is where we call it a wrap here on
Zito
the
Rough
Tackle podcast. Karim Zito has said that also journalists be Ghana journalists.
Augustine, question number 1.
Baby,
now yes, someone cannot correct or someone only plays a pra. You guys are not holding brief for him.
You should ask the fans, do they want 3 points?
Mon cannot correct or no, they see he's waiting for you. Say, Mon, why am I just someone no, the on cash. But know that Kotoko have a lot of injured players in their ranks. My name is Mutala Yakubu. 3 live games will be on TV3 and on Unia TV. Starting on Saturday, as you know, Bechem will come up against Red All Blacks. Then on Sunday, Adriana will be hosting Heart of Folk. And we'll finish off on Monday with Mediama against Baseke Holy Stars. If you can't watch these games on TV, log on to adesaplus.com and stream all the games. Thanks to Mandela and Augustine. And see you on the road for match day 16.